Hello guys, my name is CryptoKeep and I want to do a very quick review about this bot profit trading for Binance. Actually, it is profit trading. They do not have for only Binance but many other exchanges. I have often mentioned on the Telegram group that I do trade via APIs. I do not trade directly on the exchange platform at which I trade with, but I use a bot. And most times when I say I trade with a bot, many people may think it is an auto bot, but bear in mind that it is not an automated bot. It is actually a manual bot where you have to do the analysis required for you to get your own signals, or you can link it with some other signal services which are partnered with the developers of this very awesome bot. I've been using this bot for a very long time, 3 to 4 years now I think, and it is the best that I have no reason to look elsewhere. Before I discovered this bot, I have used 3Commas just because I wanted a training function, and then when I came across this bot, it is free to use with a paid function, and it is for a very small amount of money. So when I saw the amount to pay to get this very good function that I needed, and it is a one-time payment, which means you pay just once and no other payment forever. Very small amount that is not even up to what 3Commas charges in a month. So I thought to myself, it has to be very good. Well, I did try it, downloaded it to use a free version. The bot is actually free, right? But there is a section which is a trading bot that requires payments to be unlocked. So the free version did everything I could have wanted, everything available to you on an exchange platform. And then I discovered to pay for the function which I really needed, and since then there haven't been any going back. And the developers of this bot are actually very good, that since my 3 or 4 years experience with them, being that I've paid just once, a very small amount of money since like 4 years ago, if I need a feature that I want unique to myself tomorrow, and I contact them that, hey guys, I want this, I'll be surprised that in the next 2 to 3 days they will email me back and say, hey dude, have you checked the new release, the new version release on what's this app called, on Google Play? And I'll say, oh wow, so fast. Some developers won't even mind me, being that I pay just once as a lifetime license. But these developers are very good at they are user centered. If you want a feature, you want it to be unique to you, they wouldn't mind if other users are willing to use that particular feature, but they will go out of their way to add it to the bot so it can be useful to you. What is useful to you as a person will be useful to another person who haven't yet discovered that they need that feature. And it is for free. They do updates regularly. They make new release, new implementations, new functions, which are extremely gorgeous, that you will just love this bot. It's everything you will need. So the name again is Profit Trading for Binance. This is the Binance version. They have others for Bitmain and co. So let's go into the bot and see exactly what it does. Now, the very moment you launch the bot, it is, before I continue, let me quickly say this, it is designed for mobile phones. So I'm not comfortable trading with my mobile phone for any reason at all. So I had to download an emulator, an Android emulator, BlueStacks. So I'm using BlueStacks to run the application on my PC. So this is the application. It's open there, and the moment you open it, it goes into the trading tab, which is a free feature for everyone to use. Under here you have your buy session, you have sell, orders, and wallets. Here you can trade using the spot, or you can trade the spot market. These are like the markets. You can trade the spot market, the margin market, the margin isolated, that is isolated margin on Binance, the futures market, that is the USDT margin, and then you have the coined margin futures. So if you want to trade on spot, just click here and put it on spot. If you want to trade futures, select here and put it on futures. And if you want to trade isolated margin, just like that. It is so simple to use. And then this is the buy section where you can select the market at which you want to buy. You have your price, you have your slider to fill the percentage amount of your balance that you may want to buy with, or you can enter it manually, the amounts you want to buy. So it is so easy to use. You can fill in the amounts manually as well. Here we have the other types. We have the limit order, that is market order, stop limit, take profit limit. So this is a slide I've talked about this, and this is a chart. They have a chart displayed where you can quickly see one or two things. If you want to chart on the app, you can easily chart on it as well. It's good for that. You have a nice chart as well. You have candles, you have the delta, and you have orders, open orders or closed orders. They are all available. This is a free feature. You do not need to pay to use the buy or the sell. The sell is the opposite of the buy, which means whatever coins you have, you can choose to sell at this section here. Or if you are trading on the futures market and you come to the sell, this is the sell short, as you can see. Here is the buy long, where you can do the same thing you need. And on the futures, you can notice you have here where you can click on to select the margin mode you want. Either you want a cross margin or isolated margin. Then you can click on save. Here you can select your leverage. Either you select what is preset here or you enter manually to input whatever you want. After that, we should click on save. It will go to save. If you are in a short position and you want to close, this is where the reduce only is very good. When you are in a short position, to take profit you have to buy back, right? So you select the reduce and it's done. You click on your buy. On the short, sell short, it is the opposite. You have your margin mode, you have your slider to select the amount you want, you have the reduce, you have the other types. You can select market, stop limit, stop loss, take profit limit, take profit. And under the orders here, you can see your open orders, or the orders you have open if you are in any trade at all. And here you can see your closed trades. The trades you have taken are closed. If you want for spot, you can just select the spot and it will load and display the past orders on spot and any order you have open. It's as simple as that, guys. And for the wallet section, you just click on the wallet and it will load the balance you have. On the futures, I currently have no amount in here. So here you have your USDT value, wallet balance, maintenance margin, margin used, or realized profit and loss, risk. Everything you need is in this app. And here you can track the growth of your account. This is a chart that shows the growth of your account from time to time. Here you can also use a calendar mode by selecting the dates and seeing your account balance and account growth over time. So let me go to the spots on this. As you can see, now some coins are listed here. That shows I have those coins available on my wallet, and the balance are shown, the equivalent amount in Bitcoin is shown, the price of the coin is shown, the growth of the coin is also shown. in percentage. Then you have your holdings where you can see the amount of coin you hold and the USDT value of the coin you hold. This is a graph which I said it is used to track your growth over time. You can just slide to the back to see how much or how you have grown over time. Once it's going up, you know you are growing well, and once it's coming down, you know you are taking some losses in the market. And this is the calendar version where you can just click and the amounts of holding or the USDT value will changes to show the amount or the value of your account balance as at that particular point. So this feature is a very free feature that anybody can use. And under the market here, this is another very free feature, and it is a very good feature which everybody can use as well. This allows you to, as its name suggests, hold signals. This allows you to place the coins you have. Probably you have a long time hold, so you can track the development of those investments over time. If you're in a short trade as well and you want to see virtually how much you're making in profit, you can also put them on these hold signals. For example, assuming, let me use the USDT market. Assuming you have BNB, you just took a trade on BNB. Assuming you bought BNB at 200 and you bought 5 units. Then you click on save here. So you bought BNB at 200, 5 units. That shows that you bought BNB with $1,000, right? And currently, this will be your quantity. This is the buy price, 200. This is the last price, the current last price, that is 226.SSS. So it will give you your profit amount, which is 133 as of now, and then the percentage growth on the account. So, and here we show the overall amount. Either you are in profit on all of your trades that you have listed here, or you are in loss. It will show you on both BTC value and also dollar value. So that is it about the hold signals. And if you are in a long time trade, you can as well put it here and keep checking it to see how the coins you have invested in on a long time basis, how they are performing. Under the markets here, you can see it's the same as the markets as we have on Binance, where you have the coin list, you have the volume, you can select to show the least or the most. You can also have the price, where you can select to show the least or the most, and also the volume. Oh, sorry, that is the volume. The change, I mean, the 24-hour change. Like we have audio doing 67% today, or in the last 24 hours, and we have ETH down minus 13%, or rather SVX doing negative 7.4%. And on this session, we have the news. If you pay attention to news while trading, we have some blogs you can go to. It will open a web browser and then give you the news of the day. And here you can add some new feeds. You can subscribe to any of them and it will display on the newsfeed and give you the news, the current news of the day. I don't know, my network is actually slow, so do not mind it now, not there at the moment. Okay, this is it. Now decree blah 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 blah, and the date is actually on it, so you see when the news was released. And here you have videos in case you want to watch maybe some YouTube videos on some of the blogs or fields that you have subscribed to. So this feature as well is also very free. Now there is a new feature which was added recently. This bot, one of the reasons I like it very much is that you can use just a simple bot or just one bot like this, one application like this, one software like this, to control up to 100 accounts on Binance or on BitMEX. I think they have that function from BitMEX as well. So you can use this particular bot to control up to 100 accounts. How cool is that? If I have my own account and I have my friend's account, probably they do not trade, but they want to give me some money to trade on their behalf. They understand the risk. So we are on an open page, or we are on an agreement. So if they lose, they know the loss is theirs, not mine. So I can take the APIs on the account and go to settings. As you can see here, you have account 1, account 2, up to 100 accounts. Up to 100 accounts is a lot, guys. So you can input as many accounts as you want using the APIs. And once that is done, we have the broker mode. That is a new feature that was added. If you turn on this broker mode, that means with whatever you do on a single account, the first account, it will be replicated on all the other accounts that are connected and that you enable. Can you see that is very cool, guys? Now I've selected the broker mode to be enabled here. Now you have the masters here, the master account. I can put the API for the master account and the API secret key and the accounts I want to control. If I have 10 accounts, then the first account that I will be operating on will be the master. So I will put the account keys under the master. Then the other 9 accounts, I will put them in sub 1 up to 9 to make a total of 10. And whatever I do under this session, the buy session or the sell session, if I choose to buy Bitcoin as also price on the broker account, as you can see here, has changed to master. So it's on the broker mode and it's the master. So whatever I do on the master account, if I choose to buy Bitcoin as also price, it will also buy Bitcoin on all other connected accounts that I have enabled to work with the master. You can actually add some APIs on some accounts and then disable it if you do not want to send signals to those accounts. If you place a buy here on this your main account, a buy order will also be executed on all other accounts that you control at the same time. How cool is that, guys? If you want to take a trade on maybe one of the accounts and you do not want to take that particular trade on the master account, you just want to take the trade on just one particular account, you can come to the, you can select the selector here and come to the maybe the accounts you want to take the trade on, then go to take the trade. It wouldn't replicate that trade on any other account or the master account. But if you are in the master mode, every other connected account that you have enabled to take trades from the master account, once you take a trade on the master account, those trades will be replicated on all those accounts. When you take profit, they will also take profit. Now you may wonder, on this account, on the master account, you may have $1,000, whereas on all other sub accounts, maybe you have $200, $100. If you are then taking a trade with a full balance on the master account of $1,000, how will you have the amount to cover on other accounts that have lesser balance? This is actually easy. The way they have done it is that they calculate the percentage amount that you are buying, the percentage amount that you are buying, they calculate it to your balance. If you are buying maybe 30% of your balance on the master account, then 30% of the balance on all other accounts will be used to take the trade on those other accounts. If you are taking a trade on the master account with 100% of your balance, then 100% of the available balance on those other sub accounts will be used to take the trade on those particular accounts. So it is done automatically. You do not have to worry. So how cool is that? Assume I have $1,000 and I'm taking a trade with 50% of my account, whereas on the other account I have $10,000. So the master account is actually a lesser balance than another account, right? Then the 50% of that $10,000, which is $5,000, will be used to take the trade on that other account. That is super cool, guys. And if you want to turn off the broker mode, you can just select it here and then it's turned off. Then what we come back to is you have your account 1, then you have your account 2, which means you can also connect up to 100 accounts on this particular application. But the trades you take on the first account will not be replicated on all other accounts. You have to go into the all other accounts to take the trades manually. But then they are available for use. You can actually use them. Right now, I'm not using the broker mode, but then I'm controlling 2 accounts. The first one is a CryptoKeep and the second one is a GMBit. So as you can see, it's listed there, but I'm not yet using the broker mode. But it is super cool that if I take a trade on my own account, it will be replicated on my other accounts. So I do not have to worry logging into this account and logging into the other account to take just the same trade. If I set a stop loss here, it will be replicated there. So it is super cool. And all these features are available for free. How cool is that? Now, let me quickly show you the settings before I go to the paid mode. So in the settings, as you can see here, you have the account 1, which is my personal account, and the account 2, which is my other account. And you have all the settings you can ever want. The night mode, the first screen, the moment you open the app, where you want the app to go first, load first favorite as starting, currencies, you have almost all the world's currency here. You have every currency you can think of available. So you can actually change the currency to the currency you prefer to see your balancing. If you do not like the USD, you can change it to Euro, Pounds, Swiss, any other currency you prefer. Naira, save this, any other currency you prefer at all. If you want some, okay, this is a broker mode configuration. So all the settings are simple. They are actually very simple to work with. And it is all for free. So let me now show you the paid feature here. Now this is a trading bot. This is a paid feature. And this is where my personal action happens. A bot here, I think you can have up to 23 bots open at once. One single bot, as in like this. One single bot like this up one here. You can have many bots under it. Like, let me expand this now. Here, this is just a single bot, but I have 4 operations under it. And all 4 operations are buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this at these different levels. That is for the first one, and this is another operation. This here this is another bot which I have 2 operations on it. And as you can see, it has shown if it is if it is a futures trade or a spot trade. Like we have a spot and here we have futures. Then the account that this bot actually belongs to will be shown here, which is CryptoKeep or GMBit. And on this second bot, I have a waiting order on BNB to buy and to sell, and I use a trade stop sell. So you may ask, what is the difference between this trading bot and the first trading sessions here? The difference is there are many times at which we take trades or we place trade and we do not want our trade or our order to appear in the balance book, as in the order book. You know, when you place a penny trade, if you are not taking a market order or a market trade, if you are placing a pending order, no matter how you do it, your order will appear on the order book. And we have people who like to counter trade or who like to trade before you. We also have people using bots to trade. And like this kind of bot, you can actually set it that the moment a price hits a price line you are going to set, it will place a buy or a sell. That means your order is now going into the order book, especially if you have very large pockets at you or you are trading very large positions. Like I may want to trade some coins that maybe have one BTC as their 24-hour volume or 2 BTC, and Ami wants to take a 50 BTC trade on it. If I place 50 BTC into another book, what do you think will happen? A lot of people will put their orders before your own very order. So when price comes down to that particular price that you wish to buy, your orders may never be filled. All orders, everybody, including myself, I will put my own order in front of your 50 BTC order just to get a fee before you, because I see your big order. We act as support for price on a very low volume coin. So in such cases, you do not want to place your orders on the other book. You want price to be there, and you do not want to take a market order because of the fees. That is where the bots come in handy. So all you have to do is place a pending order. And there is one thing, I don't think you can place an pending order below some certain threshold on Binance. Like if current price is at 1.160, I don't think anything, maybe negative of 10% from this price to the downside, I don't think you can place a pending order below 10%, just in case the price chooses to flash crash, so nobody will be filled, especially if it happens to be an exchange fault or a system error where price just flash crashed. So I don't think you can place pending order below 10% of the current price. So that is where this bot is very, very useful. Like recently we saw some coin on Binance like dot, I think dot crashed to 0 point something cents. Nobody will have orders that are that distance, such distance, nobody. But with this spot, you can actually place that if price goes below $10, maybe on a flash crash, once price reaches at $10, you should buy your coin, and it will buy it, nothing will happen, because your order is never on the other book. It is just watching price to see if price will get to that particular price that you have set, and once price gets there, he executes the operation. That is how beautiful it is. So let's look at how to use this trading bot. Assuming we want to click, and then one thing before I continue, there is a virtual bot here. This virtual means you can back test trades. Assuming you are learning, you don't have money on your hands, or your account doesn't have any money, but then you want to see how well you can do with your new strategy. So if you have a trade you want to take, just go to the market, select the coin, make sure the virtual is on, then take your buy, sell, stop loss, put everything. Once price gets there, it will show you, it will make a virtual buy, a virtual purchase, virtual sell, and do everything virtual, and show you the amount of profit, because you have to input an amount of coins and price line. So it's like you are putting an amount of money into the market, but it is virtual money. So it's a sort of a demo account. Yes, they have a demo account on this feature, whereas you can use to backtest your trades or your new strategies. TradingView has a backtest feature, but then their backtest feature do not allow you to actively take the trade. That is where Profit Binance comes in very good on their backtesting app here on the virtual mode, because you actually place a trade. You have done your analysis, you have seen where price will come to, then you actually place a trade there. The trade will execute. So all the emotions you will feel when the trade is executing, you will feel it using this app. All the sweat and heat you will feel it using this app. And when you are done with the virtual mode, when you're actually comfortable, you can then turn it off and either go to spot or any other market you wish to trade. So assuming, let me go to the futures market. So we have the USDT. Assuming we want to trade ADA. Here you can select your leverage. You can input it manually, you can also select it, and once that is done, you click on the save. Then here, this plus button here is where you have your buy. If you want to take a buy as in long, here is your sell as in short. I'm including the long and short because of the futures. Then here we have the stop loss. Here we have the buy stop. Here we have the trailing stop sell. Here we have the trailing stop buy. And here we have templates. This templates means you can set a predefined rule. So anytime you want to, maybe you set a percentage amount of buy, leverage and everything. So anytime you come into any other trade you want to take, you just select the template for it. Instead of inputting the maybe the entry price and blah 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 blah, everything is preset by you. So this buy is like the buy in the first post where you set your trigger price. This trigger price means now we have this trade here, we have this coin here. Assuming on this zone is where I want to take my buy entry, that is 0.411, right? So how am I going to do it here? I will say if price breaks below of this current support the market is witnessing, so maybe if price breaks below 0.4227, I will put it here 0.4227. That will be my trigger price. The bot will be watching the market for this price, and the moment price reaches this price line that I've set here, it will place a buy order on the other book. At which point the price is already falling. Nobody have the time to start putting bids before your own order, because everybody that wants to get filled will be planning to get filled. You can also do it that if price reaches 0.411, which is the exact amount or exact price line at which you want to buy, then you should buy. Then that is where we have this buy prices. That is 4110. This is the actual limit price. That is the actual buy price. This is when the bot will trigger this operation. Then the coin amount you want to buy. If you do not know the amount of coin you want to buy, you can just write maybe $200. You click here back, then it will automatically give you the amount of coin. Here, this close is if you are closing the trade. Probably you are in a trade already and you want to make it a close order, then you select close. But if you are opening a position, then leave it as it is. If you click on save here, then it will be saved like this. And it wouldn't be on the other book. It will be waiting. As you can see here, it's showing initializing. It will synchronize. Every trade done here is not done on your PC. It's done on the developer's server. So this information that I have saved will be transferred to the server of the developer. So if I happen to close this app, or I do not have network, my trade will still go on. Whatever happens on my side, either I do not have electricity or my network goes bad, it does not affect your trade. You can edit it, you can click finish to cancel it, you can pause to edit. Before you edit, you actually have to pause to edit. And once this order is placed on that book, here you will get an update that the order has been placed. I do not have an order that has been placed there. All I'm waiting. So I'm going to pause this because I don't want to actually take this trade. And it shows paused by user. Then now I can edit to show you the other functions. Then I click plus. If I want to short the market, instead of going for buy, I will just rather go for sell. So this will be short. Now as you can see, closed has been selected automatically here because I have a first operation which is a buy operation. Then the next operation should be a sell operation. So this will be for my take profit. So I can either set my trigger price. If I want price to rise from here up to 0.7 to be my trigger, then I put 0.7. Then whatever price I want to sell it at 0.7. The coin amount, I can just come to this percentage and write 100% and click next or select. Then it will enter the coin amount and then it will show me the likely profit here. This is 200 here, this is 140 here, $140 profit. I can click save and it will go. But rather than use this sell for taking profit, I use the trailing stop sell. And here is a trailing stop sell. but we will get there in a bit. Now, assuming I have my sell here at 0.7, manual sell, right? Or I call it manual because it's not trailing, and I want to use my stop loss. So this is a stop loss. As you can see, close has also been auto selected because I'm in a buy operation, which is a long operation. So assuming I want to sell this coin, if price reaches 0.3, I just put the price 0.3. It will take 100% of the buyer from the buy operation here above. That is what it will put on the stop loss. This multiplier means for your order to be filled, because it will use a limit sell. So whatever price you input here multiplied by this, that is where it will go to. So the tolerance amount, you can actually change it to 0 price, but that is not very good because you won't get a very good price at the end of the day. What is mostly advised is like 0.98. In a very fast dropping market, when the market is dropping very fast, that means you give some tolerance to the downside at which the order should be closed. But I am giving no tolerance. I'm giving, and I can also do like this, I can also do like this. You just have to try it and see what works for you. So that is a stop loss. Then now this is a full operation, a buy, a sell, and a stop loss. But like I said, I do not use the sell, I use trailing sell. Also, you may not use the buy, you can use trailing buy. Let's see. Here now, we have a buy stop. That is like the stop loss function when you are short. Okay, let's assume we are going short. So I want to short this market the moment it reaches 0.41. So I'm saying this market, I mean this bot should monitor price when it gets here, and then once price gets here, it should sell at the same exact amount, the total amount I want to sell. Okay, here I don't think you can input this, the total amount. That is something that the developers will have to work on. So we can select or input the amount in USD when shorting the market. But then let's just say I want to short 300 ADA. That is 1 to 1. So when price gets here, I'm going short, and the next operation after a short should be a buyback, right? So you can actually use a buy, and as you can see, the close operation has been auto selected because this is a short. So the next operation should be a buyback. That is why it has selected the close. So we have trailing stop, as in trailing stop sell and trailing stop buy, and here we have buy stop. This is like the stop loss for this. Also here you can also, you see, if I click the stop loss, stop loss operation should be preceded by a sell operation. So when you are short, you want to use a buy stop. Then I say if price rises to 0.5, it should stop. So the stop loss as it is here is a stop loss when you are long, and the buy stop here is a stop loss when you are short. And as you can see, it's bigger, as in the first one was 0.99, while this one is 1.01, because the price is increasing. So you should give your tolerance to the upside and not to the downside. And also here, close has been automatically selected. So this is for a short operation. You have your short, you have your buyback, which is a long, and you have your buy stop, which is a stop loss. Now let's look at the most interesting feature, which is a trailing buy and a trailing stop. So assuming I want to long this market, but I do not want to place a buy. I do not know if price will come to my entry line here and keep going down, or it will just come in swiftly and rise back up. That is where the trailing stop buy comes in essence. So what does it do? You want to give some tolerance to the upside here. Now I'm giving a trigger price here. This trigger price means once price reaches the level I am interested in buying, I want this trail operation to kick in and be trading price. So at 0.411, I want the boats, once price reaches there, I want the boats to be active, trading price to the downside. Now stop offset. This is like I said in the others type video when I was waiting for Binance. It means when price comes into this particular buy area and it goes back up an amount of percentage, which I think if it goes up that amount of percentage, price is going to the upside, then I want to buy. So assuming price comes into this my buy area, but I don't have a pending order, I want the market or I want the boat to follow it in case price does something like this. Assuming price comes from this area and then choose to come down like this to this middle line, instead of me having a waiting under here. So I want the boat to follow price from this moment up to wherever it may go, even if it breaks the sun. And then once it rises back an amount of percentage, assuming this is 2%, then I want to buy it, because the moment it rises back, I believe it's coming back to the upside. Or if it breaks it like this and then start rising back, coming above the zone, the amount of percentage it will get to, you won't be able to tell, but you can anticipate. So assuming I say if it's does 0.5% after it has entered this particular area, then I want it to buy. You can just maybe buy 200, or you can also input the amount of coin. If you know the amount of coin you want to buy, or it will automatically give you the amount in USD. So you are not certain if price will just come into this area and rally immediately. You think if price is coming, it may go down some more. That means you are not actually convinced that this your entry price line is the perfect reversal point. It may go down. Of course, everybody knows it. That's why we used to have a stop loss way below the zone. So this will take advantage of that. But the other side is sometimes where you have some kind of actions like okay, this is a perfect example here, where we have price coming into the zone here, this very moment, and then coming to close above. That is the moment the price or the boat will start to trail the price. And if the reversal amount of this particular point is up to 0.5, it will automatically buy. But then what do we see? We see the prices coming down a bit. But if this move from this low to the point it closes is not up to 0.5, or if you have shoes to 1% here or 2% here, definitely this move here is not up to 1% or 2%. So at this moment it comes up, it will buy. Probably to buy at this point if it's up to, but then if it's not up to, it will see wait for it to come back to these very lows, and then maybe from these very lows to this very high will be up to 2%, and then it will buy. Let's see. So from these very lows, oh wow, see massive. Okay, wow. So 2% on this coin is even very small as it is. So you see, from this point to, it's not even up to here, that is 2%. But some people, as we have it on default, 5%. But 5% is too much. You do not want to wait 5%. 5% sometimes may choose 20,000 and buy at the very top. So you want something small, convincing enough. So between 0.7 to at least say 3% as the stop offset is okay. So that is it. So once you have that, then the trailing stop sell, that is the one I use mostly. This means you are not sure if when your order has been filled, you expect it to rise to the upside, right? Everybody does. So what happens when price moves from this particular point? It gets filled and comes to 0.75 here. I do not know if price will just take it here and reverse to the downside, coming again to take out my stop loss here. It do happen. I do not know also if price will just come all the way from here and continue to go up, like we saw on BNB, on AV, and some other coins recently. They just came down, took some orders, and then people were expecting them to fall at the point of resistance like here, but then they didn't. They just continued to go up. So your trailing stop say we kick in at that very point. You want it to kick in. Maybe you want it to kick in here. You want it to kick in here, or you want it to kick in at the very moment, at the point of resistance. Then you define some offsets here. So let me say I want it to kick in at 0.8. Then I say trigger price is 0.8. The consecutive zeros doesn't matter. So the moment price hits 0.8 and this ball starts trailing price, what is the stop offset? The stop offset means from this move to this move might be some amount of percentage. Let me see that. Okay, let me see 0.8. So from this move to this move, okay, that's 95%. Wow. So if I'm in a trade with 95%, what do you think my offset should be? At least I should be comfortable with the market going up and down, right? If I choose to use my offset at 5%, it's too close, as 5% is just from year to year. It can take me out easily. If the market will still continue to go up to like 500%. So 5% offset is too small. I want something to at least give me like more than 50%. I can even put it as 50%, but let's say I want to be really conservative, so I'm comfortable giving back. This is close to 100%, so I'm comfortable giving back 30% of this profits here. So then here I can just say 30%, and whatever I have bought here, which is percentage from buy operation, then I just say 100% from buy operation. If you have some balance of this coin or your account before, you can change this to percentage from buy, from balance. So it will add this particular operation amount here, 100 coin, 100 ADA, to whatever amount you have on your account balance. But I do not have any other on my balance, so I'll just say from buy operation 100%, which is 100 ADA. So as you can see, if I choose this stop, because you might be looking at the amount here, if I say this stop offset should be 5%, as you can see the amount here has changed, because it's taking actually into consideration the amount of offset you put. Instead of it to make it this 95%, it's making it up to that from your entry to the offset amount, because it can reach here and come back to the offset, and once it drops at 30%, it will sell. So you want to put your offset in consideration with the amount of move you're expecting. So if I'm giving back 30% of this move, so this is what I expect. I expect price to come like this, give some bit of retracement, and then continue to the upside. Or if I'm giving 50% back, like 50% like this, then I want my offset to be like 60%. So if this market drops a lot, before continuing to the upside, I do not want it to take me out easily. So I wouldn't be using anything from 0 to 10% of this trade, because we have market fluctuations where price will be doing like this as it's going up, and each of these offsets will be more than 10%. So if I have 10%, the very first time it starts to trade, it will take me out easily. So I do not want that. So to avoid that, if I'm in a 100% profit trade, then I will be comfortable putting the offset as anywhere from 30% to 40%. But if I am in a profit trade of just 10%, where the amount of profit is 10%, then I will be comfortable with 2%. If I'm in a profit of 10% at the point the trailing should start, then my stop offset will be something like 2%. So you have to work with that, and you can see here it has chosen to close based on it is the reverse of the buy operation. So tell me how this bot is now wonderful. So, and at times we might have a profit target, like we want price to get to this particular point, but price won't come there. So what do we do in that case? You can actually, okay, if you believe this is the first point of resistance, this may be the second point of resistance, and this is the third point of resistance, you can actually create trailing bots for all of this. So how do you do that? This is the first, okay, assuming you have 100 ADA coin, and this is 0. Let's assume 0.6. So you say the trailing bot you kick in at 0.6. you check the amount of percentage from your entry to that 0.6 level, which is like 46%. How much are you comfortable giving out of this 46%? How much are you willing to leave on the table in case market reverses from here? So out of this 46% trade, let's say you are comfortable giving away 10%. Then you can choose to sell like 30 ADA at this point. You can also choose to sell 50, depends on you. You can also choose to sell 75% of it, depends on you. So let's say I'm giving away 30 ADA at this point, which means I have 70 ADA left. Then the next thing I do is open another trailing stop sell for 0.7 price line. Then I'll say if the both reach 0.7, it should sell another 30, which means at these 2 points I am trailing. If this first operation of trade set do not come back 10%, it won't be sold. If it comes back 9% from this particular area, it won't be sold. But then notice one thing, price may come here to this first point and keep coming. The trade bot will keep following it. If it gets here and then retraces 10%, whatever the 10% difference from this amount is where it will sell. Okay, I don't know if I'm clear on that. This is it. This is where the trade bot will start trailing. 32% will be minus 10. If you start trailing from this 42.4% level and price retraces like this, it wouldn't sell because it's not up to 32%. I mean, it's not up to an offset of 10% from this trail point. But if it comes like this, which is up to 10%, it will sell. But if it doesn't retraces 10% from this trade point, it wouldn't sell. But then it keeps going up and then it reaches your second target. This other boat will start trailing from this point. But then if the first boat, which is also in profit at this point, 68%, if it retraces 10% from this particular 68% level, that means it retraces back to 58% from 58. If it does something like this, which is 58, then it will sell at this point. But if it retraces like 62 from 60, which is not up to 10%, it won't sell. It will continue to follow the price. If the price gets to this point, 134%, and then retraces to 124%, it will sell at this particular point. So instead of selling here, you have the advantage of selling at the very top, if you can get your stop offset very correctly, if it's not too tight and if it's not too wide. Because if it's too tight, you can get the position can close quickly and then price will continue rallying to the upside. And if it's too wide, you may leave a lot of money back on the table and settle for a little profit. So on your second operation here, you will then see how much from your entry is up to 0.7. That is like 69%, right? How much of 69% can you leave on the table? Now, maybe you're also comfortable with 10 here. Maybe you're comfortable with 15. Then the last operation, which we sell all, you put another trailing stop sell. And that will be maybe 0.8. So if price gets to 0.8, you have 30 sold there, 30 sold there out of 100, meaning you have 40 left. So you'll be selling the last 40 here. And then setting your stop offset here, calculate the percentage move from your entry to 0.8. That is 95. So how much of the 95% are you willing to give back to the market? If you are comfortable with 20, set it as 20. If you are comfortable with 30, set it as 30. So if this has sold, this can still go up. And by the end of the day, this may not even sell at this point. It may sell at this particular topmost point, and this will not sell at this topmost to continue rallying. So you, with this trailing boat, so you have the advantage of taking and making more profit. You have the advantage of making a lot more profit on your trading, on your trades. There are some times when I spot trade and I set my trailing function to kick in 10% from entry, and I am okay with 10%, and I will set if it retraces at least 3%, it should sell. But then the market will be so bullish, maybe those days of pump and dumps, then the market will be so bullish that it will just rise immediately and keep going. Then at the end of the day, I will end up with 30% profit instead of 7%, because if I set it to trail at 10% with an offset of 3%, meaning I'm okay with 7%. But instead of getting the 7%, I will end up getting 30% or more. So that is it with the trailing boats, and these are the finished boats where you can see the others that are finished. If there is an error with your boats, you can actually see, like you see here, pause by user, I've actually finished. You can delete, you can restart the boat. If it was successful, maybe in a ranging market, you can click restart, you can click new from this, and you edit the settings where you complete with stop loss. Like here, it will show you completed stop loss order with the amount of loss. Where you have made profits, like here, you bought something, you trade stopped, sold. Then where you made profits, let's look at this. Okay, I'll look at this now. Here I have trade stop sell, trigger price 0.001429. That was my what's it called, my trigger, where the boat will start trailing the price. I said stop offsets of 5%. Then price went up and sold at 0.001439. Can you see the price difference from the initial price I wanted to sell? So I made more than I could have made with an ordinary sell operation here. And this means this even came down 5% before it sold. That means I was even in a lot more profit. I wish this 5% was not too tight. I could have even sold it way more than it actually ended up selling. And then the profit at which he sold that. Then we have some other functions here. I've taken a lot of time already, where you can copy some expert traders. We have top users. You can see their profits. You can see the amount of bots. If you click on see bots, you can see what trades they have on. Like this particular person, I do not know him, has dog field, and then it's even trailing stop yet to be triggered. You can see if it's in profit at the moment. You can see if it's in loss. You can see his buy price. You can see the current price. You can see the other trades they are in. You can see, okay, look at this one now. This here USDT. It's actually trailing stop and it's showing trailing. So it's probably in profit on this trade already. Its top offset is 7% from top. Top bid is 154. Triggered, see now trigger price is 148, right? We started trailing this boat or this price from 148. And currently, sorry for that. And currently bid is at 154. And the boat is still trailing, so it's even accumulating more profits on here. Now look at this particular one. He bought BAT BTC field. The first one has been sold. He's still waiting for the other set target. This ones he didn't use trail. And you can see some other people, their boats, whatever boats they have, current or not current. So you can actually see a lot. And then you can filter by top profits, people making the topmost profit. You can see this ones, all these boats, bought, sold, blah blah blah. They are actually very useful. Okay, here this my use trade stop buy. You can see now, let's see the settings. It said trigger price. That means you follow price down from 301. So okay, 1% offset. Then at what price did it buy? It bought at 302. That means this coin didn't go down more. It didn't go down a lot. It didn't go down a lot. Okay. So then the trailing stop sell. Okay, to trade from 386, and then at what point 5% offset, at what point did this sell? Wow, now look at the advantage of this. Trigger price starting from 386 satoshis, and with trailing, he ended up selling this particular coin at 554 satoshi. See the difference, almost double. So that is how trailing stops or trailing profits can actually accumulate more profits for you. So these are top active users. And there is one thing we have this quick bot. This is for coins that are being listed newly, or any pump and dump coins. If you notice any coin that is making a rapid pump, you can actually jump in and out quickly using this quick bot. So you just type the coin, then you configure your buys, you select the market, buy multiplier, the amount you want to buy, the amount from buy, the stop loss amount from buy, take profit, you configure all these things. And once that is done, you go back and then watch it. The moment you buy, you'll be seeing the ask price here. You also see the percentage growth. Then the moment it keeps rising, if you have a preset stop loss, if the moment you buy drops the amount of stop loss percentage you have set, it will sell automatically. If you have maybe 10% profit, the moment it rises sharply 10%, it will also automatically sell. But if you have maybe 100%, you want it to go for 100%, especially when a coin is newly listed. You know they are very volatile and they can go as many percentages as possible. So you just set like 200% here, and then you'll be watching it. If you are okay with 50% that it gives, you can click sell to sell manually. So it is a very useful bot, and I do not think I can sacrifice this for any other. It is actually very useful that I love it so much, and I love the developers so much, and they are doing a very great job. And here, that is okay. I already have the trading bot plus quick bot. That is the only thing you have to buy. This trading bot extension pack 1 and trading plus quick bot, they come together as one. Payment is one. The other few other notification, I do not use that, so I do not have that. And you have some other affiliate programs where you can also make money. You can also make money through them. So, and these are the other apps they have: KuCoin, Binance, BitMEX, OKS, Bittrex, Kraken, Bybit, Coinbase, HBTC, Huobi, Poloniex, and like that. So, and you have announcements for newly updates, several updates coming every time. So it's actually a very good bot, and I recommend it 100%. If you have some money, it's not expensive to buy, I suggest you buy it so you can enjoy all these benefits. But if you do not have money, you can also enjoy the free version, as in the free sessions available. This is the only side that is paid, and that is where all the actions happens for me, because you have ability to accumulate more profits and ability to buy lower than you expect or than you could have bought. So that is the bot I use, and it is very versatile and very useful for me. This is why I find it hard to not trading on another exchange, because if I want to trade on probably FTS, or go back to BitMEX, or go back to what's it called, Bitfinex, then that means I have to go and buy another app. But then those exchanges like BitMEX, they are not like Binance, and they do not have an app yet for FTS. So I just stick with Binance, and when there is an app for FTS, yes, I can buy that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to join us for some trading discussions and some mentorship, you can join the Telegram trading group, which I have the link in the description below. And also, if you want some signals, I forgot to mention here that you can link this with some signals as well. Yes, you can link your bot to some signal providers that you belong to if they are partnered with the developers of this bot. So you can actually link them and know, so whatever signal is sent on those signal channel, it will automatically come to your bot, and then the bot will automatically execute them for you. But then I have friends who also run signal services on Telegram. I have their signal channels in the description below as well. And if you want to join us on Binance, you can use the referral links. If you want to join us on FTS, I also have the referral links, all in the description below. So thank you, as we both make a profitable day trading.